So thank you, Davel and Wolfgang for that. And I know that Wolfgang has to leave in a few minutes, so we thank him again for taking time out of his busy schedule. So here we are in a kind of new venue for IMI. We're in the Royal Museums of Fine Art of Belgium. And as an institution, this is a federal scientific institution reporting to the minister in charge of research and science policy. So art and culture is therefore seen in this country as an integral part of the research ecosystem. I hope that you find some time, by the way, to have a look at the amazing exhibits that are around here, but not during the Stakeholder Forum. And we have, as Wolfgang has already pointed out, an amazing ecosystem in this room. There were 580 people registered for this event. I'm sure there are at least 400 and something here. And representation from 20 European countries, 20 of the most research-intensive pharmaceutical companies, the top academic institutions in Europe, but obviously very important in this cross-sector agenda, diagnostic companies, medtech companies, digital companies, SMEs, patient organizations, regulators, European research infrastructures, and of course, our associated partners and our partners in research. And we have some colleagues from a sister joint undertaking, a PPP called Excel, which looks at cutting-edge electronic components and systems within a PPP, and one where we'd like to explore some synergies. So since our last Stakeholder Forum, we've, of course, been forging new partnerships across our own complex ecosystem, and because we need, it's not just because we want to do this, we need to do this in order to reach the ambition of our program. And so Davel has already stolen my thunder on radical collaboration, because that is what we do, and we take it very seriously. Not that it's a competition in terms of how big a project is or how many partners it takes to do something, and those who know me will understand that I'm a great believer in form follows function. So let's create something with the flexibility that we need to do a particular action. And I've always said that IMI is not for everyone and not for everything, but for certain things, a public-private partnership of this nature is the only way to make significant progress addressing some particular challenges. So whether the topic is in brain disorders, infectious diseases, diabetes, or whether it addresses market failures or scientific failures, the public-private partnership model brings value, mobilizing industrial resources, de-risking them, and working on important things for public health. Recently, we've added some new and exciting challenging topics to our portfolio, like the testing of medicines either in children, we have a project called Care for Children, C4C, or in pregnant women and breastfeeding mothers, a project called Conception. And indeed, Conception is a first in the world type of project and has acted as a major convener of Europe's best experts in this field. And when we go to the US and talk about conception, they cannot believe that we have done this. And so I think these are the things where we can make a real difference and have real impact. And we've also developed a new initiative to involve patient experts in strategic elements of our business. And please go and have a look at the IMI website, where a call for patient experts is currently ongoing. And indeed, if we look just at 2018, this was a bumper year for IMI. We signed grant agreements for 20 new projects, a value of 500 million euro. And we launched 19 new topics, a value of 600 million euro. So 1.1 billion euro in 1 year in terms of transactional commitments. And now we're going towards, of course, our new call, which will be in call 18 in June. And for those of you who want to talk to people about some of these topics, we have photographs of our scientific officers who are here and will be only happy to talk about the topics that you see there. I'm not going to go through all of them, but please look at the pictures, identify the person you want to talk to, and IMI staff will be able to help you navigate and find them. So you can see there are topics in digital health outcomes, patient access, the cancer clinical trial one, accelerating research and innovation for advanced therapies, and CAR T cells. And in call 19, this is a restricted call to maximize impact of IMI2 JU objectives. And you can see Elisabetta and Natalie are here too. So now we're looking at today's activities. Maybe I'll just go back one so that you can see those people. So today's activities will be looking at, of course, the human brain. And we are witnessing a further disruption being driven by the convergence of technologies that hopefully will be able to tackle current gaps in our knowledge and intervention strategies in brain disorders. And EU has a great, we're starting from a great place because there's a lot of strength in the European landscape. And you will see today we have this little brochure called The Brain. This comes from Cordis and has been a terrific collaborative effort with IMI, RTD, DG Connect, ERC, the SME instrument, and the Future and Emerging Technologies, the FET, and there are people from the Human Brain Project here. So please have a look at this. This is, it's a results pack. It shows the impact of the research in this area. So we're not starting from ground zero. We are really starting from an area of strength. So today is not going to be a talking shop. What I would like to see, so I'm giving you my expectation of today, and what I'd like to see are 3 or 4 ideas coming out, concrete ideas, where we could actually launch calls in 2020 with our partners. We have money, 260 million euro plus, to spend, of public money, to spend in 2020. This will be matched with partnered money. So there's, we have to mobilize over €500 million next year. And I think this topic could be a great target for us. So we'd like to take advantage of this collective brain power, no pun intended, across sectors and across disciplines to bring views from every perspective, including the patients, of course, economists, regulators, as well as the scientists, clinicians, and industry. So we're also going to ask a few people to comment during the day on what you're hearing. And so we're very lucky to have Raj Long, who's from the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Thank you, Raj, for joining us. Frederic Destrubeck from EU Brain Council. I don't know if Frederic is here somewhere. Oh, there he is there. Thank you. And Martin Hoffmann-Apicius from the Fraunhofer Institute. Martin, he's very shy. We need to encourage him to get up and ask questions. And no, he's one of the most controversial people I know. And we also have a couple of members of the Science Committee, Zoltan Kahlo and Alfonso Valencia, who will be commenting on this. So before we go to our main speaker, I just want to leave you with a thought. So this is a diagram that I drew in 2003 while I was CEO of the Dublin Molecular Medicine Centre in Ireland. And it remains so relevant today, because I'm sorry, I apologize for being so blunt, but we will never be able to afford to treat those people who are sick on the right-hand side of the upper part of the diagram unless we balance investments on the prevention and early diagnosis and so on and so forth, early intervention strategies. If we don't get that balance right, and I know it's challenging because it means behavior and lifestyle changes and so on and so forth, our health systems will not survive. So we need to really embrace holistic thinking of looking at health from a population basis. And so this is why we need the diversity of stakeholders that we have assembled here today. So in finishing, I would like to thank, of course, the IMI Governing Board for all of its support, the Scientific Committee, we have several members here, the States Representative Group, we have, I've seen already Marta and Gunnar here, who lead that group. The strategic governing groups, we have several leaders of the strategic governing groups. Our colleagues at the European Commission and FPO, with whom we have daily contact, and we're just very pleased to have that collaborative spirit that we love. And of course, finally, the IMI team, my team, I'm very proud of them. They're a super group of people, and I have the honor to lead them. And now I'm going to pass it over to Vivienne Parry, who is a very well-known journalist and broadcaster. Vivienne is no stranger to IMI. We know her very well. She's helped us out on numerous occasions. And she is going to moderate the rest of the day, which is not going to be an easy task, I know, because we're already running late. So, but we're not going to cut short any piece. We'll just reduce coffee or lunch or not have lunch at all, whatever. We'll get your brains going. And Vivienne, thank you very much for helping us, and good luck.